In this video, I want to talk about the power of getting things done by trying less, by putting in less effort. Eliud Kipchoge is a marathon runner and he is in the habit of running at a miraculously fast pace and winning races with absurd times. And one thing that's helped him to get where he is that he's tried less. So a few days a week he actually runs at 50%. He calls these his easy run days. Even on his harder days, for the most part, he tries to put in no more than 80 to 90% effort. And by approaching training this way, he stays extremely consistent. He doesn't burn out, he doesn't start to hate running, he never feels pushed to exhaustion, and he doesn't get super injured and have to take long breaks. And he's become the greatest marathon runner of all time with this approach. And this is what I consider one of the biggest blockers to productivity and getting things done. It's this mindset of I need to try really hard. I need to put in a lot of effort. I need to lock in, and this is common language in the productivity world. And sure, some days, yes, lock in. Some days, try really hard. But you need to also be having the 50% days. So here are a few signs and symptoms that you are trying too hard, and it's making your life worse, it's making you less productive. You brace yourself to really give it your all and get things done. Instead of saying to yourself, okay, noticing, energy's low, or I'm feeling a bit resistant, what are my options here and how can I work with where I'm at? Rather than trying to push myself really hard. You sometimes feel repelled by your tasks, by your habits, or by your goals. So maybe you set habits or you create a weekly to-do list and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, like that feels like a gotta. And that's because your brain can almost wire in a stress response when you set targets. Because it thinks that you don't respect your limits, so why should it listen to you? And the good news is that this can be rewired. One way that I've seen this done is from a creator, Marissa Jo. She actually has done something very similar to Eliud in that she does bare minimum Mondays. So previously Marissa would wake up on a Monday and she would feel overwhelmed and she would feel behind. And that feeling would compound as the week continued. So she decided, screw it, I'm going to do bare minimum Mondays. Kind of like Eliud running at his 50%. And she still does enough. This is not her not doing things. She'll get tasks done, but she just puts the bar for her effort levels lower. And it turns out that approaching things in this way can actually lead to you being more effective. For example, Robert Kriegel, a mental coach for world-class athletes, was once training a bunch of sprinters. But during a practice run, he was watching them and he was like, man, these people are tense and they are tight. So Kriegel was like, you guys, let's run again, but this time I want you to actually put in less effort. Run at about 9/10 your normal intensity. After he gave this instruction, they all ran faster. Putting in less effort led to better results. One runner's time even set an unofficial world record. So when you're listening to this podcast, you might think, I don't want to try less because it will lead to worse results. I can't afford to try less. I need to push myself. I need to put in all the effort. But actually, it might not work out that way. It could make you more productive to try easy. I'm going to give you one mini move that you can take to make this podcast really actionable. In the next week, schedule in 2 days where you take that day easy. As you approach your tasks, your habits, your projects, try easy. Say to yourself, how do I give 80-90% here? And if you really want to give this a go, schedule in one day that's your bare minimum day. So this is your 50% day where you're like, yep, I'm going to get things done, but I'm taking it slow. I'm going to go about it in a really relaxed way. If you liked this podcast episode, I've been making a few little apps recently that you might enjoy that are all about getting things done when you are in a spot where you're feeling like my to-do list is repelling me. Maybe you're rebelling against your own goals and your habits. I feel like this is something that I have personal experience with. And because I've been able to work through it myself, I have so many things to say about it, which is why I've created a few apps on it. I'll have those linked down in the description or in the show notes if you're on Spotify. I appreciate you so much and I'll see you soon.